Hey guys, what's up? I hope you can hear me. I gotta be careful not to talk too loud because my brother's home. He's downstairs right now. So if you see me kind of just stop all of a sudden in the middle of a sentence, that's because I hear him and I just want to be careful. But yeah, anyway, I thought I would do sort of an update about sort of my coming out process. I told my brother about it on Friday, this past Friday, and what's today, like Wednesday? So it's been a few days now. It seems like it's been a while though. That always seems to be how it turns out. Time seems to move really slow. Um, but yeah, I told him I had initially set out to tell him on Thursday, I think, because that was when he had his last test at school. So I was going to tell him when he came home, but he had something after school, and I was going to a friend's house to spend the night. So I just told him after I came back on Friday. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think it was a week ago. I made the video about telling my brother the next day, and so it's I don't know. It seemed for whatever reason it seems like it's been longer than a week since I've made a video sort of about this. I've made a couple other guitar videos here and there, but yeah. Anyway, so here's how it went. I basically just sat him down. We were about to go play rugby outside, just kind of throw around a ball, and I don't know why, but like I just felt really compelled to just tell him right now, just to get it over with, and then we'll go play rugby afterwards. So then it's like nothing changes. So I thought that might be effective to kind of show him that. And I think it has been so far, um, but yeah, I told him my mouth is really dry. Sorry. I told him, and it was tough because I knew I wanted to tell him sober. Um, and I told my mom. I think in the video I made, I told my mom I was talking about how I told my mom that I did it under the influence of drugs and alcohol, and it was really easy because I felt really sort of empowered and confident, and that's usually how I feel when I'm in that state. Um, but yeah, I told him sober, and I told him that I was sober too, because he sort of knows about my problems with that kind of stuff. Um, and it was really hard, like I said, and I tried to ease him into it, saying, "Do you remember about a week ago you asked me this and I denied it?" And he had no idea what I was talking about. Um, so that didn't exactly make it too much easier. So it was still really tough. But so I just flat out told him, I'm gay. Uh, and then kind of right after I said that, I just started crying. And going into it, I didn't anticipate that happening. But I think the reality of it hit me even harder because I was sober. And so I had to bear that completely. It was all me. So I guess I should be a little proud of that. But yeah, so I kind of I cried for what seemed like a good amount of time, but it really wasn't. It was probably just about a minute. And I pulled myself together, and then we just talked a little bit. And the whole time, I mean, he was I don't want to say devastated by it, but he was really shocked. He was just looking down and kind of like that, just really quiet. Didn't even look at me a whole lot, really. Um, but after I got to talking to him about it, and I just wanted to really make it known to him that it's not a big deal, and I'm not a different person. I've always been this way. I think what really shocked him was the fact that I don't come across as someone who fits that stereotype. Um, and so in his mind, his idea of gay meant something totally different than his idea of me. Um, so that was probably the biggest thing. I don't think it was really something that he was sad about because it's not anything that's going to negatively impact his life. Hopefully, I mean that's again for something for people who don't really understand it too much. A lot of times the difficulty is knowing that you have that association with someone who is gay, and for some people who are really just afraid of it, I guess homophobic, um, just having those ties is something really undesirable. But I'd like to think, today, like in today's society, it's getting a little bit better gradually. And I think, for the most part, the people that I do know personally and that I've told, they've all been cool with it, really, for the most part. My mom and my brother have been kind of difficult. But I think for them, it's just been grappling with the reality that, you know, for my mom, she has a son that's gay, and for my brother, his older brother's gay. You know, so it's a life changing thing for them. But as always, with time, it's gonna get better. I'm sure it already kind of has. But I think in the last few days, uh, we haven't really brought it up too much. And same with my mom. Like I only talk about it with her when I really want to. Like she'll never really go out of her way to bring it up with me. So I guess in a way that's kind of nice to kind of do things on my own terms and talk about it when I'm comfortable. Um, but at the same time, I wish there wasn't that discomfort with them because it's something that I'm working to be more and more comfortable with. And I think now, what it's been a little over 3 months. Okay, it's only been 3 months. I came out to someone in February, um, that middle of February, and it's crazy to think that it's been 3 months and this is how far I've come now that I'm making videos on YouTube and doing this on a very public platform. It's just crazy, but I mean, it's something that I'm more and more starting to become happy that I have the ability to share this. Because even if just one or two people hear my story and become positively impacted by it, then I'll be happy. Gotta get another drink. But yeah, I mean, so that's just kind of how it's been the last few days. I mean, there's always going to be ups and downs, surely. Um, but I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, it's certainly getting better. I mean, I think the difficult thing about this process is that once you come to terms with it, it's really, or once you start to even, I can't completely say that I'm 100% there. It's still pretty early on for me. Um, but once you really are able to come to terms with it totally for yourself, and accept it and love yourself regardless, then it's like life. I mean, this goes without saying, but life just seems to be so different. I mean, that's like obvious, but I don't know. It's it's like a new phase of life because I sort of look at things and I look at my past as I have a tendency to do this a little bit. I'll kind of look at my past experiences and big moments in my life and kind of group it and compartmentalize it, saying, okay, this is before I came to terms with this part of myself, and this has come afterwards. Obviously, there hasn't been that much time that's elapsed um, for the afterwards, but a lot of big things have happened for sure. um, Definitely a lot of memories have been made that I'm never going to forget just in the last 3 months because it's something that's really, I don't know, really, in a way, it's almost kind of, I guess maybe this is a little dramatic of a description, but it's almost sort of saved my life that I've been able to effectively come to terms with it and begin to accept it a little bit. I still have a long ways to go, and I know that a lot of the all of the progress I've made so far is great, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But like everything, it takes time, and like I was just going through marveling about how it's only been 3 months. I got so much more time to go, and so I'm really, God, man, I'm just so excited going forward, and I think it's not a bad thing to be aware of the fact that there are going to be a lot of lows and moments of stress and doubt. But that's going to come regardless, even if I wasn't gay. And everyone has that, really. But maybe with me, it's a little bit more amplified, and I tend to be more sensitive to things too. So, but I think just in general, I need to work on not letting myself get too high or too low. So, both ends of the stick. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to do a little update video. And also wanted to give a shout out to a couple guys, Larry and Scott, who have been messaging me sort of off and on just to kind of see how I'm doing and stuff like that. Obviously, thanks. I already messaged you back and stuff, but really thanks. And it's really amazing to have just random people on the internet constantly contact you and just go through the time and effort of making these messages and showing their support. But that's another thing too. I think for anyone who's gay or bisexual, or is going through something difficult like this, it's really important to surround yourself directly and indirectly with positivity, and because you're used to on a daily basis pretty much at some point seeing or even thinking about the negativity associated with it, and just trying to think about how in the future you're going to cope with that. Um, but yeah, anyway, like I said, it's just really, really crucial to just have good people in your life, friends in your life. But at the same time, too, and this is something that I think it was Larry told me, um, I don't have to really expect too much from people, because once I let go of that expectation of people accepting me and loving me for who I am, then I think it's more in my hands, you know? And that's something that the more control I have, or the more I realize that I'm in total control of my own mind and my mindset on things, the better it's going to turn out in the end, regardless of what happens. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to do this video. I feel like it's been a little while, but feel free to comment, message, whatever, and I will most likely see it and get back to you. So, well, thanks for watching. Bye.